I'll quickly do this for you. I thought to celebrate the release of Inside Out 2, which I thought is a great movie. I hope you guys are all enjoying it. It's going to make a lot of money. We could go into ranking the Pixar sequels. It would be a much longer and bigger video if I rank every Pixar movie, and I'm not gonna lie, there's a couple Pixar movies I still need to see. Yeah. I know, man. Life is I got other things to do. So I'm just gonna do the sequels now that I've seen Inside Out 2. I'm gonna keep it spoiler free for Inside Out 2, but I'll be talking about all the other ones. I'll make this quick for you. So here I have the list, and this is in order right now of release date. Newest release to oldest release. This isn't my current ranking, but let's just begin, my friends. Okay, so let me pop a little bit to the side here. All right, we're gonna get right into this, my friends. I'm wondering what your guys' list are gonna be, but these right now, you will notice there is one sequel missing, and that is Cars 3. That's unfortunately one of the Pixar movies I have never seen, but that segues us good into starting the list on why I never saw Cars 3. Because Cars 2 really ruined things for me, okay? Pixar as a whole, I think, has not made a single bad movie until Cars 2. I'm sure there's fans of it. I'm sure there's people who love that movie, but that was a major disappointment, man. I don't know what happened with Cars 2. Cars 2 was like the feeling you get back in the day where Disney would make weird sequels to their iconic movies. You know how there's like 3 Little Mermaid movies, 3 other Aladdin movies, sequels to Hercules and Tarzan. All these movies, like, you're like, whoa, what the heck? Where did these come from? That's what Cars 2 felt like. Such a strange move to like make Mater, the main character, barely have Lightning McQueen in it. It turns into a weird spy mission. It does nothing like develop the characters. It would have been fine, like I said, to like a straight to DVD sequel or like one of those holiday specials they sometimes make where it's like Toy Story Halloween or the toys go to the beach or something. That's the vibe I got from this movie. It's just like it just existed. And it sucks also because Cars is like their biggest merchandise seller. Cars like makes way more money toy sales than the actual movies. So I do have to get around to Cars 3. I hear it's much better and fits more in line with the tone of the first movie. But Cars 2 really brought me to a point where it's like, I don't even want to see Cars 3, and I still haven't, but I need to. Okay, but the Cars 2 at the bottom. Where would I go next from here, man? This is okay. You know what? I think I know where I go next. Finding Dory. I mentioned this in my review for Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2 was really good about feeling like a natural sequel. It's like, yeah, we saw Riley as like an 8, 9-year old, 7-year old, and it's like now we see her as a teenager. Of course, you have different emotions, different things go on. It feels like a natural progression of the story. Finding Dory felt like one of those movies that was forced. That's like, did this really need to happen? The first Finding Nemo is amazing. It's a great film, right? Finding Dory, like, it's not a bad movie. Like I said, only Cars 2 I consider a bad Pixar movie. Every other movie here I think is a good movie, but it differs from great, excellent to amazing, right? That's the Pixar way. And to me, Finding Dory was it was good. Like, yeah, but I felt like it didn't warrant its existence. It let me down in some parts. I didn't, some people are saying it here. Finding Dory is boring. Oh, we got one person saying Cars 2 is a guilty pleasure for me. Hey, no, I respect it, my friend. I respect it. Wasn't bad. I enjoyed Finding Dory. Yeah, no. Like I said, not a bad movie, but I felt like it forced its existence and it didn't really hit the highlights of the last movie. Props, though, for the dad of Dory. They gave him a receding hairline. Crazy that they did that with a fish. So I'm gonna go Finding Dory in the second to bottom last place. You know what? This one might be where I start to get controversial here with you guys. Okay, but stay with me. Incredibles 2. Incredibles 2. I don't think feels like a forced sequel. In fact, I'm surprised we have not gotten to like Incredibles 3 and 4 by now. Like, especially in an age of superhero movies where superhero talk is all the rage. Incredibles 2, yeah, bring it on. In fact, I still want Incredibles 3, and the Disney people have been talking about a sequel to Incredibles, Monsters Inc., and some other of their, well, they're doing Toy Story 5. But right now they're considering Monsters Inc. and a new Incredibles movie as sequels, and I want to see those. But Incredibles 2 let me down. It did a little bit of what Inside Out 2 did, where it rehashed the story of the first movie, but they switched the roles. Instead of the dad being the one who's going out trying to be the superhero, they gave it to Elastigirl. I don't mind that, that's fine. But the world didn't, the tone of Incredibles 2 does not fit the tone of the first movie. I liked Incredibles 2 quite a bit when I first saw it. I was like, oh, There's some things I didn't like in there, but overall, great movie. It's nice to see them again. Then I rewatched the first Incredibles, and it made me like Incredibles 2 a lot less. Dude, that first Incredibles movie, it is filled with some like really serious stuff, some kind of like great mature themes, and it holds up in today's modern age of just like oversaturated comic book movies. It's almost like a kid version of The Watchmen in a weird way. It has some great commentary in there. And that plane scene in the first Incredibles where they're like, there's children on board, like, dude, I know what happens in that movie, and that still gets my heart racing to this day. It just handled like a lot of great serious moments. Incredibles 2 didn't do that for me. So yeah, I want to see Incredibles 3 though, but I hope it's more in the tone of the first movie. Okay, from here, I think I'm gonna go Monsters University. Enjoyable movie. I actually don't have a lot of bad things to say about Monsters University other than the fact it just didn't wow me. It didn't like make me feel, whoa, that was fantastic. That was just great. Like, in fact, I'm not crazy about the prequel route either. I would have liked to see something move forward in the Monsters universe, but it was a cute movie. It was innocent. It was fun. Like I said, not a lot of bads. It just didn't wow me. It's a good movie though. Okay, Monsters University there. I think that's then where I bring in Toy Story 4. Yeah, Toy Story 4, I still like it. I really enjoy it. And there's parts of me that really appreciate Pixar for taking that bold direction in having the movie end with Woody and Buzz going their separate ways, right? Woody rekindles his love with Bo Peep, decides his new purpose instead of being a toy to a kid is to help other toys that have gotten lost, that need homes. I'm like, okay, that's a good spot for him. And Buzz will now kind of be the new leader or just look over the other toys. But you gotta admit, even as nice as that ending is for the characters separately, there's a part of you that wants them to stick together. And don't even get me started on how perfect of an ending Toy Story 3 was. Like, oh my God, dude, you want to talk about movies that made me cry, bawl, and make me just feel that Pixar magic to 1,000-time level? It was the ending of Toy Story 3. And Toy Story 4 just didn't live up to that. It's so much so that I think so many people were mad that Disney felt forced to make Toy Story 5 because it's like, yeah, people were not happy with that ending. We gotta fix this somehow. And you know, they're weirdly going to retcon the ending of Toy Story 4, bring the toys back together for another reason, and it'll probably end up working for them until they make Toy Story 6. So Toy Story 4, not a bad movie again. A lot of great moments, bold story choices, but dude, they really should have ended it at 3. And in fact, I think now this is where I'll put. Ooh, and see now here I'm having a tough time now in the top 3. This is getting a little difficult for me. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Why are you not sold? These are Pixar sequel rankings again, guys. Pixar sequel rankings. You know what? I think that's where I bring Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2 in the number 3 spot. I'm trying not to let recency bias control my feelings of this so much. But Inside Out 2 was great, dude. Pixar has had like a small slump, not making bad movies. I love Turning Red, Luca a lot, Soul was great. Even Elemental was really fun and innocent. But Inside Out 2, again, gave me that magical feeling. I was like, dude, Pixar, you hit it, dude. That line in this movie, I don't want to ruin it if you haven't seen it, but there's a line Joy says about feeling joy when you get older. Dude, gut punch in the theater. I was like, Disney, dude, you're gonna make me cry right now. That was awesome. And the ending and has a realistic depiction of a panic attack in here. You know that gives it some bonus points. But what holds it back is the rehashed story from the first movie, treading a lot of stuff from the first film right there and just redoing the second movie. Enough different stuff, but still really great movie. Then I think that's it. This is our ranking right here. Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 by far is the best sequel, okay? I love Toy Story 2, really good movie, and they do some different things, introduce some new toys, do some cool stuff. Who doesn't like Al's Toy Barn? But come on, Toy Story 3 is the best sequel, and not even just in ranking, it's an argument for one of the best Pixar movies ever made, and that's pretty crazy. Do we not all forget what it was like to be in the theater and have that crane scene where the toys are being, about to be devoured in some lava and stuff, and they start holding hands? Oh my, I thought they were gonna die. I literally sat there going, this is a way to end it. I get if they can't be with Andy, they might as well die. Like, that's what I was thinking in that theater. I never cried so hard in a Disney movie because of that. It also hit me a little special because this movie came out right when I was about to graduate high school, and that's what Andy was doing, graduating to college. So it felt like it aligned perfectly in my life growing up with Toy Story. Toy Story 3 is by far the best sequel out there. So this is my definitive ranking now of the movies. Let me just pull it up here so you can get it. You can roast me all you want. I get it. We have different opinions, but this is what I'm gonna go with. This is my ranking right now for the for the Pixar sequels, including Inside Out 2. I'm curious to hear how you guys rank them. Okay.